Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Kyle.
Yeah, and we've moved again. But there's property. One of us is what they call them, property. Phil and.
Do you mean location?
That's the one.
Brilliant.
As you
Do you know what?
I don't watch.
I knew what you meant, and I'm like, let's just keep going with this. Let's keep going.
Right.
It's Phil and Rebecca. No, I can't remember her name. Kirsty.
There we go. So you've been enlightened and I've been enlightened. But it's not property. It's location. Right, anyway, we're going to escape to the country now. Hey, there's another one. Right, it is Space Wolves versus Thousand Suns.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot who we're playing, and they're right in front of me. And you've seen the thumbnail and you've clicked on the video. We are playing Sweep and Clear today. We are playing 1500 points. Don't really know much more to say. Is there anything?
I guess a little bit of broken record, but again, comments and opinions on the trial and error,
sound, lighting,
Yeah,
etc. I think this might be a temporary permanent setup. I think looking at everything, it's a damn sight cooler than the conservatory as well. So we can probably film for a bit longer and won't feel the need to rush.
Yeah, so you guys please just enlighten us if you like it, if, like I said, the sounding of everything, basically. Give us a comment, or even if you want to private message us just to voice your opinions, please do. Like Jimmy just said, it's probably going to be more this sort of style. We're out away from everyone and it could be our little like hub for the time being. But yeah, it should be good. Very interesting to find out who is going to be the winner of this epic rivalry that's lasted thousands and thousands of years.
It's going to be Space Wolves, but Dick Prospero. I'm like, yeah, get out. And Ahriman had to jump away like a little girl. Hashtag sorry not sorry.
He's going to throw his disc at you, right?
He's going to
Captain America
So with that, let's go see them armies. So here are my 1,500 points of wolves. I have 2 patrols today. Patrol 1 is Big Nige with his Warlord trait Resolve the Bear, which allows him to have a 5-up feel no pain. When he takes a wound, he passes that on to units within 6 inches of him, which is very nice. Then we have a unit of Grey Hunters. One has a melter gun, and the pack leader has a power fist. Now moving over to my next patrol. Now this one's quite interesting. I've gone for a Space Wolves successor, and the 2 traits I've taken are Warded, to give me a 5-up feel no pain against mortal wounds, which I think I will need against Thousand Suns. And I've also gone for Born Heroes, which is +1 to my hit rolls when I charge. But only when I charge, not when I've been heroically intervened or charged myself like Space Wolves would normally do. But then I do get Savage Fury at the same time. Now moving over, I have my Wolf on Thunderwolf. He has a Power Fist. He does not have the Storm Shield. He's only got a normal bolt pistol. And then I've given him special issue war gear, the Wolf Tail Talisman, which gives him a 4-up feel no pain against mortal wounds. Moving over to my troops, I have a 5-man squad of Grey Hunters, and the pack leader has a Power Fist. Over into my elites, I have a Wolven Dreadnought with a Great Axe and a Blizzard Shield. I then move over to my Terminators, all with Thunderhammers and Storm Shields. Moving over to my fast attack, I have 2 identical units of Thunderwolf Cavalry. Thunderhammers, Storm Shields. Very, very punchy. And then finally, I have my units of Longfangs, all missile launchers. Moving over to my secondaries now. I have Warrior Pride, Behind Enemy Lines, and Direct Assault. I feel like I've got the units where I can get up into his place. Direct Assault is the mission-specific one as well. So enough of the army. Let's go over to the Thousand Suns.
Welcome to the Thousand Suns, boys and girls. So this is my 1,500 points of Thousand Suns today. Again, a massive massive thanks to Dave for being an absolute boss and letting us lend these models. Like we said last time, they are absolutely stunning. So big up to him. So the cult is the Cult of Mutation today. It's all about speed and slowing down things. So you'd think that this would make sense against a very fast combat army. The Warlord is Ahriman. Why the hell not? I've upgraded him to be the disc as well, so he's a little bit nippy and he can get around the board a little bit quicker. He's also the Warlord, which gives him, I believe, a free up in Vun once per turn, once per game, I do believe. In the second slot, there is a sorcerer in Terminator armor, right just there with the massive soul leaking from his fist. He has the relic Exalted Mutation, which gives him a little bit more of a punch in combat. So he gets an extra attack and I do believe an extra toughness, just so he can survive a little bit longer if needs be. I've also burnt some pointage to make him a witch warrior. So there's like a lot going on in Thousand Sons, as most of you guys know, but the witch warrior in a sense is any witch fire or smiting psychic powers. I think it kind of goes flat free rather than D free, stuff like that. So it basically makes the sort of attacking spells a little bit more punchy. So that is jolly good. So you can guess what's going to happen with him getting in front of Jimmy and smite him to death. And then the second, right over here. And then the third is the Exalted Sorcerer. I again have upgraded him to make him a Rihati, which basically means he can do an extra psychic power. So I think he can dish out free, just like Ahriman, if I stand corrected. I have given him the Helm of the Demon's Eye relic, which basically means I think on a 5-up, when Jimmy uses a CP, I get one back. So just a little bit more, so I can play with down the line. Into the troop, I have gone for a 8-man, apologies, Rubric Marines. They have the Warp Flamer and the Inferno Cannon, Soul Reaper Cannon, that's what it's called. Again, the reason why it's a random number is just because of the points, because over on this side there is a 10-man. Yes, they are red and they do not fit this, but these are pre-40k. Heresy colour scheme for you veterans of the game. Again, I wanted to showcase this because I know they don't fit, but they look fantastic. This is a 10-man squad, again, with Flamer in there, and it's obviously an expiring sorcerer in both of them. And then rounding off my troop is 10-man Sangors. Again, just default, just very, very good with the new 5-up invulnerable save. Going over to the elite, I have gone for a Contemptor Dreadnought. Look how amazingly beautiful it is. It's absolutely stunning. He has got a assault cannon and the close combat weapon with a combi bolt in there. So, regards to all of these now, obviously you have to burn a CP to keep him in the squad. And then going over to the flyers, the Robo Chicken himself, the Helldrake. Here's the Bale Flame. Gonna scorch some of them pups, hopefully, fingers crossed and all that. And then just rounding off the list, it is a Chaos Rhino. There's a lot going on here. I've also upgraded quite a few things with the new Thousand Sons abilities, so hopefully I remember them. There's a hell of a lot of Psychic, which I will go over in-game because I feel like now would blow your minds, and mine too. So, that is it. Let's see what my secondaries are. So my secondaries today are the Wrath of Magnus, Warp Ritual, and Engage in all fronts. Wrath of Magnus, I should really be comfortable to get some good points there because I have more psychic shots than Jimmy. So we'll see what I can do there. Warp Ritual, I need to be in the middle of the board, and that's where I'm going to be. So why not do some psychic rituals there and engage in all fronts? Just because we're in the table quarter, it's quite easy to break out. All being well, let's get pinned in by them wolves. But again, I feel fairly confident with all them three. So that's the list done. Let's get on with deployment.
The stage is set for this battle. The wolves of Fenris are ready to kick some more Prospero ass. You ready, sir? To roll off?
Yes.
Cool.
Good luck, God bless, and all that good stuff. For a 6.
For a 1, it would appear there is a dog barking outside. Thousand Suns, turn 1.
Coming
right,
at you.
you.
Oh no! We haven't talked. No, let me do it. Coming at you. So, just the command phase and movement to announce to you guys. These guys have stayed put. Not really sure where to go right now. So, they are staying, they're anchoring down on this objective. But flipping over this side, the Exalted Sorcerer, the Rhino with the Marines in, and the Dreadnought have bombed over to hold objective 3 for the time being. Eyeing up some of these potential psychic and some shooting. The Helldrake has bombed straight up, looking for, well, potential targets with his Flamer, so he can pretty much hit anything in the army. So, we'll go on to the Psychic. There won't be that much to do, really. Potentially some scattering of Psychic powers from this side, from the Exalted Sorcerer. I don't think anything will really go off down here, unless some buffering spells. I'll have a look what I can do, and I'll get back in the Psychic phase. And Psychic phase we are in. So, off camera I used Ahriman, and he did Weaver of Fates on his Rubric Marines. Failing. He gets to reroll. Failed again. So no 4-up in run for these guys. Just to let you know, I started with a level 11 Cabal points. I burnt 4 for Inburst Manifestation, which gives him a 6-inch addition to his psychic powers. So I did Warp Reality. Warp Reality is my cult specific one from the mutation. You pick a visible terrain piece, and you can see straight through here into this big lovely building here. If it goes off, anything within 3 inches of it loses half the movement, and their charge and advance gets -1 as well. So as you can see, the wolves, the Marines, the other wolves, and the Dreadnought is going to be affected. So that might slow them down a little titchy bit, which is very, very good indeed. Going over to the last bit of Psychic. So this Exalted Sorcerer is going to do Desecration of Worlds into the wolves over there. Which basically means they potentially lose mortal wounds on moving, charging, advancing and falling back. Obviously they're going to do a lot of all them things, so potentially lose some wounds that way. So, needing a 7 for this one. You know what? I'll give it another go. Nope, it was not meant to be. So burn CP for the reroll. And then the last psychic power he's going to have to do is a smite into them wolves as well, needing a 5. I reroll that. For an 8. D3. For the big 2.
My warded. I'm fine.
Cool. Very, very good. Cool. I reading the rules regarding the Cabal stuff. It says inflicting mortal wounds, which I didn't, so I cannot do that. So that is Psychic done, I do believe. I will quickly go over just to double check everything, and if not, we'll get into the shooting phase.
Shooting phase now, and the Bale Flamer from the Murder Chicken going into the Long Fangs. Would you like to roll your 2d3s?
For 3.
3 whole shottings.
Rolling below par already. So auto hits, which is good. Freeze to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Minus
2.
Minus 2. So 5 up saves. Here we go. Failed 1. Passed 1. I'm sure it's only damage 1.
Nope. It's damage 2, baby.
No! One of my wolves have disappeared. The combi bolters from both of the Dreadnought and Rhino went into this squad of wolves doing nothing. And now the Inferno assault cannon is going back into the wolves. So heavy 6, strength 7. So hitting on freeze, wounded on freeze.
That's alright. Freeze. All of them. 3 up armor saves, good sir.
3 up saves required. I fail 1. 1 is down to 3 wounds.
And that is turn 1 completed. Not really much to say about this thing. Pretty underwhelming in regards to getting my psychic powers off. I'm sure there's some strats I could have done, but I will save it for another day. So yeah, squad 2 for engage. The Helldrake, these guys down here, and these. Yeah, as Jimmy said off camera to myself, I could have bombed up here and got the potential 3, but I wanted to keep a little bit of a castle either side to see what reaction he was going to do, because these guys are fast and very, very deadly. Just a quick note for you guys with my psychic power of the Warp Manifestation. It's 1 enemy unit, not a collective over it, so I've gone for these wolves down here. My logic is these wolves here are most likely going to get in, and especially them, the Dreadnought as well. I was tempted to do the Dreadnought because it would just slow this movement down massively, but at least these are probably going to land on objective 1, but it saves me from potentially getting charges of that side of the board. So, no Wrath of Magnus or Warp Ritual yet, but there is a lot to go yet. So, Space Wolves, turn 1, coming at ya.
Movement, command, and psychic. Psychic, nothing. Command, nothing, because he's not a chapter master. Movement, oh, here we go. So I rolled for an advance on him, scoring a 15, which made him run around this terrain feature, which is very nice. Aiming to get him on 4, just to score some cheeky points, but I'll have to be next turn. These guys, because they were affected by the warped terrain feature, I rolled an advance. Total, they moved 7 inches. The Grey Hunter pack with them, they rolled a lovely 2 on the advance, so they've gone 8, so they're within an inch of the terrain feature. These guys have moved up. These guys have moved up. These guys have advanced 3. So I'm going to do a quick shooting phase now. Probably missile launches into the Helldrake. Flamer from the Wolf and Dreadnought into something. Maybe the Rhino. Maybe the Dreadnought. Who knows? And I think that'll be about it, because I don't really have much else shooting. Then again, I can shoot this guy with no... Well, not with any penalties. But I think the melter gun. So I might just put the bolters into him. See if I can't pink off a few wounds. So I'll do the bolters off camera. We'll come back for the missiles.
Bolters, and bolters managed to clink 1 wound off the Helldrake. The Flamer from the Dreadnought into the other Dreadnought, managing to do nothing. So next up is the Longfangs into the Helldrake, correct?
Yes, so 4 cracking shots.
Down here, my little chicken.
Hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
Ooh, we roll that one. No.
Just the 1.
I think I will burn my CP. Nothing.
I will roll later. I'll roll off the camera, but I can potentially get it back.
3 stun. 1 wound. Minus 2, I think it is now. So it'll be 5 up save.
Right, I'll give a dice and see what I can do. With my relic, a 5 would bag me another CP back, but it was not meant to be yet. So, minus 2, you said?
Yes.
So I was looking for 5s. Nope. Roll your damage.
I believe it's D6, but I'll double check for 3.
Cool. 3 damage off the Helldrake, 1 from the bolter. I do believe he's on 8 wounds remaining. The charge phase. These wolves needing a 2. I do believe he's double tapping both the Rhino and the Dreadnought. And this guy needing a 5 to get into the Rhino here.
So we'll start with the easy one, the wolves. 10, they are well and truly in.
Yeah.
And then finally we have the 5 on the Wolven. Luckily he can reroll if he does fail. No,
that's fine.
7, 8.
First of all, I thought we were 1 then.
So did I. Thanks to Games Workshop and the way they make the dice.
Brilliant. So they're in. Jim will do his squiggling around, see what he can get in and whatnot and all that good stuff. And we'll be back with the dice and the fight phase. Starting off with 3 of the wolves into the Dreadnought. 10 attacks with the Thunder Hammers, hitting on 3s because of his chapter.
Heroes.
Yeah.
So hitting on 3s. It's a shame them 6s weren't exploding.
I think you hit with everything.
I think I did.
You
imagine
really
if I was smart enough and in my command phase put myself in the assault doctrine.
Well, lesson learned there.
Yeah. That would have been one big Dreadnought. And then wounding you on 3s.
Still very good.
Do you know what? I'll burn a CP. There we go.
Sound.
10 5-up saves, I believe.
Cool. Oh dear. Right, I'll get a dice and see what I can do. Yeah, that's not how to roll. It's 1 dead Dreadnought. And does it explode? Of course he does. Brilliant. Right, I will see what he can do, and we'll see what mortal wounds get dealt. Wowie wow. So, the Rhino, the Exalted Sorcerer, and the Wolf all lost mortal wounds. The Dreadnought managed to boss his ward save. So, it's the last Wolf into the Rhino. See if he can roll as spicy as you did that turn.
3s. 1 at -3.
So 6 up. Nope. Flat 3.
Flat 3, and then the wolf attacks. Yeah, it'll be just 3 attacks.
Yeah.
Hitting on 2s. 5s. Nothing.
No. So I am down to 6 wounds, but a Dreadnought is still coming to play.
Well, I've got my Dreadnought.
I just said that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I think you meant your Dreadnought.
No.
No.
This keys.
Dreadnought now, hitting on 3s. Oh, maybe not. Winding on 3s. Ooh, just the 1 at -3.
Saves. Looks like the Rhino.
I survived another day.
Rhino beats Wolf. The high rank.
Damn the Rhino! Damn it! End of Space Wolves turn 1. Slightly better turn than I expected. I did not expect to kill the Dreadnought this turn. As for my secondaries, what did I score? Well, Warrior Pride went off up in the top table quarter because I was able to charge a couple of units. I am currently holding Objective 1, which is the Direct Assault. So I'm scoring 3 of each of them. So currently the scores are 6-2 in favour of the Wolves. But how will pesky Thousand Sons do in the next turn? We will find out now.
Command phase and movement for the Thousand Sons. They have moved, they have advanced. These guys are doing some weird pagan ritual, dance around in a ring. Mainly is making sure they're all within coherency and blocking a potential deep strike to the back. I don't think he can get his full squad down here. Maybe Big Nige if he wanted to, but the Terminators and the Lord has bombed down, both 9 inches away from these guys on Objective 1. Ahriman and his squad have moved up. He can move 12 because he's disc. The Rubrics have advanced so they can get around to potentially shoot if needs be. These guys have jumped out of the Rhino to some form of safety, quotation marks, with the Exalted Sorcerer. Hopefully to potentially putting some smites and some psychic on these wolves, shutting them down from this flank. Good round of shooting and psychic might get me a little bit in a safer place for future turns. And the Robo Chicken from Hell has gained a wound and dropped from the skies so that he can charge into potentially the Long Fangs there, stopping them from holding objective number 5. Right. I'll work out what psychic I'm going to do, and we'll be there in a jiffy.
Starting the psychic phase now, the sorcerer is doing Doombolt and Smite into these lovely wolves. So, if you'd like to roll, sir.
We'll do Doombolt first, needing a 6.
You have more important ones, don't you? We'll let him have a little think. Doombolt has failed, so now we are smiting. Yes, goes off.
And a 10.
10.
Got 11 thingies on a Cabal points.
Yes.
So if I do +1, I can do Super Smite. I'll just check how many Cabal points it needs to be used. So I burnt 5 Cabal points, put me down to 6 this turn for Kindred Sorcerers, which gives me +1 naturally, so it goes to 11. So it's Super Smite, yay! He's a Witch Warrior, which I've used, obviously, burn 15 points to make him, which basically means I can reroll the D6 or D3, whatever it would be, on Smite or Witchfire abilities. So this is D6, and I get to reroll if I would like. No, I'll keep it.
Cool. So 4. Funnily enough, I have 4 right here. 5s. 1 is down to 1 wound remaining.
Cool.
Presage on the Terminators.
If it goes off, gives me a +1 to hit if I get into combat. Possibly shooting. I'll double check. For an 8, goes off, so they're +1 to hits.
Ahriman now is going to do Smiting into the Wolves. He will then do Twist of Fate to remove their invulns into the Wolves. And then he will be putting Weaver of Fates into these guys here. So would you like to start with the Smite?
Yes.
Cool.
So needing a 6. Goes off on a 9. You can't deny. For 2. 2
5s required. This geezer has died. Ahriman twisting his fates into these 3 wolves.
I get to reroll because he's Ahriman. Goes off on a 10, meaning they are invulnerable.
Cool. And now here's a Weaver of Fates. You get to reroll because it's Ahriman.
Thank you. Just assume you said it. For a 7, 8 goes off all successful psychic shenanigans.
So, the Exalted Sorcerer up here is doing Smite and Doombolt into the Wolves and Desecrator of Worlds, is it?
Yeah. He didn't have Doombolt, but I burnt 1 CP for Unholy Cerberus, so I could change it. So I've gone for Doombolt for mortal wound output for 1 CP. Jimmy is using his Rune Wards to potentially deny the Desecrator of Worlds, is that right?
Yes.
And because he is the relic, on a 5 up, I get the command point back. I did. Thought I'd recap that so everyone knows. So I don't know what I'm on, but I've gained the point back for a change from Doombolt. So we'll start with Smite first, shall we? Into the Wolves, needing a 7. Goes off an 11.
Yep.
Do you want to try and deny that instead?
No.
Okie dokie. D6 for 5.
There's a lease with these. I could potentially... oh dear. 1 is dead. 1 is down to 3 wounds. 4 wounds have been lost, so now Desecration of Worlds.
Yeah, I burnt 1 CP as well for Warped Regeneration on him because he got a 9 or more on his psychic test. He heals his wound back. Just thought, just to be on the safe side. Desecration of Worlds, needing a 7. Goes off on an 8.
Cool.
So
and I need to deny it with my runes. Snake Eyes. I will burn a CP.
Yeah.
To reroll. Nope, it was destined to go off, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be bringing you the Doombolt now.
I am pretty sure I am going to burn another CP for Masters of the Imperium, which basically means I don't get perils.
Cool, go on then.
It's flat 3, so you need to roll your runes thingies.
One more is dead.
Just a little recap of Psychic, because there's quite a lot going on. Quite a few stratagems went off with the Exalted Sorcerer, but he really brought his A game, managing to kill 2 of the Wolves. Definitely, next game going on, we're going to get the cards to make things a little bit easier for you to understand, and for us for that matter. So I'm fairly happy that these Wolves have got no invuns, and these have been clinked down as well. So, shooting phase is afoot. See what I can do, and we'll be back with the dice very soon.
Shooting phase recap, kind of. We will go into one other thing. So we didn't expect much, so pretty much all the bolters couldn't fire because they've advanced, but the flamer took a wound off of one of these wolves. All the firepower from here went into these wolves, killing 2 of them. And that's about it, actually. We are now going to go into the Bale Flamer into these long fangs. So if you'd like to roll your 2d3.
That's a Bale for you. 5.
Wounded on 3s.
That's that's all right. 3 AP minus 2, so looking
5 ups. Well, 1 is definitely dead. 2 are dead. Charge phase now, and the Death Turkey going into the missile launchers, requiring probably a 1, but needing at least a 2 on the dice. Can you roll a double 1 for me, sir?
Yeah, doubles though.
It's a double, but it wasn't double 1, therefore he flies over them. Right,
What?
now we are here with the Terminator Sorcerer, and the Terminator's going into these Grey Hunters.
Needing a 9 for both of them. Right, I'll do the Terminators first.
It's your turn 2s all the time.
And then
your turn 2s.
Terminator.
He'll make it.
No. I will burn CP. No.
Oh.
He says put, but the Terminators are in.
Vengeance of Prospero going on to these unit of Terminators, giving them reroll hits, reroll wounds. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. If you'd like to do your hits on 2s, sir. 16 attacks. Oh, 15 attacks.
I'll roll here.
Reroll them once.
Right, dropped 1.
Wounded on 3s, rerolling.
Little hands, I can't get them quick enough. Okay. Thank God for the reroll. Okay, that's all then. Right, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, baby.
I will just quickly roll 5. The unit is dead. Murder Chicken now going into the Long Fangs, looking for 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2. This could wipe the squad here. 1 is alive. And 1 is dead. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye.
Jimmy is now fighting with the wolves because I tagged them. Emperor's Executioners for 1 CP. Rerolling the hits, rerolling all the wounds. The reason I tagged him is because his Space Marine ability, he gets basically more buffs when he charges, so I kind of shut him down with that. But I am burning another CP for Unwavering Phalanx, which basically gives me Dreadnought armor. So it's -1 to the damage, which could come in pretty damn handy. Right, get Jimmy to get the dice, and we'll be right back, guys.
So, requiring 4s. Rerolling. wounding you on toughness 4, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, wounding you on 2s. Rerolling. Yes. And then your...
Invuns.
4
up invuns required. Fail 1. What damage is it?
It'll be damage 2 now you've done your phalanx.
Okie dokie. So 1 is on 1 wound.
And then the wolves. Hit on freeze. Rerolling. And then wounding on 3s, rerolling.
I like this strat, it's quite fun.
That is 5 at -2. For a good
So that is 1 dead and 1 on 2 wounds remaining. Eek. I said it needed to be a pretty good turn, and I think it was. Annoyingly, this guy passed morale, but since he's heavy support, he's contesting that objective. So that's better than him gaining it, right? I scored 5 for the primary, being on the Zangors doing their little chant. Wrath of Magnus, technically is the end of the turn, but the amount of killed units with Psychic is pretty much a done deal for me, but you never know. So 3 is in the bag, I do believe, and then 3 for engage. The Rhino still holding this quite firm.
We never even did the combat up there. We will quickly do that combat off camera, because it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. I will either kill a Rhino or I won't kill a Rhino.
Yeah, because these guys are still in this table quarter anyway, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, I can't believe we even forgot that. So we'll do that off camera. My apologies, Jimmy's apologies, all the apologies. And then, yeah, engage. Like we said, it wouldn't make any difference because if it is destroyed, these are still there. Obviously, they're up there, these and that. So I'm obviously holding that objective. Feeling pretty comfortable. Psychic really has paid off, but look at how much Jimmy saved with his 5-up ward saves. Imagine if he didn't have it, it would have been probably a different game altogether. Anyway, we'll do this combat off camera, and we'll get on with Jimmy's turn 2. Jimmy did his attacks, and the Rhino survives. I would like to tell you what he was going to do and what he was saying, but we can't because there's children watching this. Maybe not. Maybe so. Who knows? Space Wolves, turn 2.
End of command and movement. This guy's advanced 6 and got up to here. These guys sneakily are an inch away from the Terminators, but within 3 inches of the objective, so I will be getting direct assault this turn. These guys up here, still stuck in combat. And these lot have bombed in the only place they can on this board edge. So, moving on to the Psychic phase, really, I'm going to do Njal's powers, but they will probably get denied by these guys here, especially Ahriman. So, we'll be back with the Psychic phase in a moment. Starting with Instincts Awoken. Goes off on a 8. Because he gets +1.
For a 7, nope.
So these guys are in the Assault Doctrine. And then now I am Living Lightning onto these rubrics here. You are going to burn a CP, I believe.
Depending on the skill you get.
And what I get, okay. It goes off on a 7.
Yeah, I'll burn 1 CP for Psychic Dominance. I need to be within another Psyker, obviously, within 6 inch, so they're like super deny.
No.
I will burn another CP to reroll them. You roll all, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes off.
Cool. Oh no, we match.
Yeah.
So it goes off.
Yeah, it goes off.
Yeah, it goes off. My days. It's gone off! I will roll the damage. Uno momento, por favor. So Living Lightning, D3. For 3 mortal wounds on your rubrics. So it should be 1 dead, 1 on 1 wound.
Yeah.
And then Ahriman, on a 2 to 4, he takes a mortal wound. On a 5+, he takes D3. He doesn't even take a wound. And I do not think I can reroll that. So, yes. So my Wolf Lord shot into the rubrics with his bolt pistol, and he actually killed one. These guys here all shot their bolters into the sorcerer, doing nothing. And now we have the Ahriman, the Dreadnought with his Flamer for 3. Going into the Rhino, of course, on 5s. For nothing. Sorry about that. This was a pointless shooting. We will now get into the combat, starting with the charges over here, going into the Zangors. So, we'll be back.
The Wolf Lord needing a 5 because he's going straight into the Ahriman of the Thousand Suns. So Warlord versus Warlord. Well, no. Yeah, no.
No. Because he's
Warlord of his detachment. We'll go with that. And then these guys are both charging into the Zangors, both needing a 9. So we're going first.
We will go the Wolf Lord because it is the closest.
What's it up?
He's in on a 6.
Very good.
Then we will do these geezers. On a 7, no. I will burn a CP. So I'm down to 5. For 7. Nope. And then finally, Njal doesn't matter. No,
nope.
Cool. So the Wolf Lord has got in.
Brilliant stuff. Right. Wolf Lord to go first.
Yes.
Get your dice ready and see if Ahriman can withhold the brutal attack of the wolves. Wolf Lord into Ahriman. Ahriman has popped his invuln, so he's now getting a free up invuln. I feel like it possibly is needed. Also, Jimmy has burnt 1 CP for the Emperor's Executioner.
Yeah.
So he's rerolling all hits and wounds. He's hitting on 2s, winning on 2s. So you'd like to think it's going to be a full house.
Yeah, maybe. So 2s. He's in the Assault Doctrine because of thingy, so that explodes. And then 2s again. And then, there we go. So 2, 4, 6, 3 up invulns to take.
Okay, right, we'll get cracking. See if I can do the business. I can do the business. He is down to 4 wounds remaining.
And then doggies get to attack. Where is dog? So 2s. 1 more explodes. And then we go 3s.
Reroll on it.
Good thing it's rerolling. For 4. 4 more at -3, so it's your invulns again. Take 2 more.
2 more, so it's down to 2 wounds. Oh dearie me.
Kyle is electing to go first with the Terminators. So, hitting on 2s.
Yes. Oh dear, that's very, very rubbish. No rerolls for this kid.
Wounding on 4s.
It's not too bad. Kind of looked out a little. 4 5-up armor saves.
4 5 ups. There we go. Nope. That is the unit dead. The wolves now into the Rhino looking for 4s. Wounding on 3s. We will never speak of this moment again. And then the wolves hitting on 3s. Not good. And then wounded on 5s. 2 wounds at -2, sir.
5 ups. 1 goes through, 1 is passed. So he's down to 5 wounds.
Very good. Where are you going next, sir?
I'm going to go...
The chicken?
Yeah.
Cool. Will this Marine survive? Probably not. He died, ladies and gentlemen. He died. It's not fair. Also, over here, failed to kill the Rhino. It's on 1 wound remaining. So now we are moving over the top of the board and we are looking down onto the lovely jubilee combat that's going on here. Oh, God. Shaking. Mike is shaking.
He's nervous. He's nervous.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, will he die?
5 attacks, hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. All hit. 3's to wound. No. I want to see if he could do anything. Do you have any in-runs?
Yes, I do. I have 4-ups.
Oh.
My lovely belt of rust, baby! I'll just grab my 2 dice and be back in a moment.
The wolf now. 4-up in runs required, sir.
Lost them both.
Looks like that battle will be continuing for a little bit longer.
End of Space Wolves turn 2, and what a mediocre turn that was. But it was a good scoring turn. I scored 5 for the primary. Can't remember which primary I was on. I think the one up in that top corner. I've then got Warrior Pride because I am within combat, or I was within combat anyway. Behind enemy lines. These beautiful babies up here scoring me that. 2 units behind the enemy lines. That's 4 points. And direct assault, thanks to my cheeky little shenanigans here, staying out of combat, but then at the same time being within 3 inches of that objective, has scored me direct assault. We're now going to be moving on to Thousand Suns turn 3. This is going to be a devastating turn. I can already feel it, and I feel like crying. But hey, hell, the show must go on. The show must go on.
Turn 3 has bagged me 10 points for the primary. This guy holding this objective here, and these of holding this objective down here. Fortunately, these were contesting it, basically stopping me from 15, which is a bit rubbish. Command phase, again a CP, whoop-dee-doo. So what have I done? Hopefully, if this goes to plan, it might be game, set and match, but we'll see. The Terminators have moved forward into the Marines, ready to shoot them off the objective of bolters and then finish them off in combat if needs be. I have moved out of combat with the Rhino. Jimmy has burnt a CP to try and mortal wound it, failing. So this guy is still on 1 wound. A thorn in Jimmy's side nonetheless. I have fallen it back out of combat and tilted it to basically make sure that Jimmy cannot charge my Marines. Granted, he's holding his objectives, so he might possibly even stay. These guys are all being able to see these guys as well from psychic and shooting, so hopefully I can delete these or heavily damage them nonetheless. Coming over here, the Zangors I have moved further up just so they're further away from these Terminators. If Jimmy holds this objective and stays in this quarter with his 2 units, he's going to score quite a lot of points and he could just sit there comfortably and possibly even win the game. The Terminator Sorcerer has moved up, basically staying in the rooms, so he's technically getting a 1-up armor save, helping out possibly down here with psychic abilities. Ahriman has stayed in combat, hoping to smite this wolf off the board, and the troop have just shuffled around. Basically, my plan is to potentially charge into the wolf and screening Ahriman off from these guys here. I think I did smart, but we shall see.
You did smart?
I did smart. Very, very good. Right, psychic phase. We will have a little thinky and we'll be back with the dice. Just a bit of recap of the psychic phase so far. So this Exalted Sorcerer has done Desecration of Worlds onto this wolf. So anything it moves, mortal wounds potentially. He did a Smite, knocking some wounds off, and then I burnt some Capal points to do D3 more on top. That's why you only seen 1 left. And finally, for his 3rd ability, because he can, I did Warped Reality on this terrain piece on the Dreadnought, which basically means he can only move half his range and advancing charges are reduced as well. Pretty solid from this side, exactly what I needed. Moving on to the middle of the board.
Warp Ritual has gone off here in the centre, and I'm without denial range. It went off on an 8. So now we're moving over to this Sorcerer here. He is going to put Doombolt and Smite into the Warlord. And then this squad here is going to put Smite into the Warlord. And then Ahriman's probably going to put Smite into the Warlord too. So...
yeah, I'm going to do the 2 units now and have a little think about Ahriman because he has more stuff to go off and like all that good stuff.
Cool, right, so if you want to start with his...
Start with his first. So he needs a 6 for the Smite because it only went off once.
Ooh. Goes off on a 10.
And I'll burn my Kamal points because I've only done 4 for the thing to make it a Super Smite.
Cool. Yeah, okay, fine, I'll give it to you. D6.
D6, and I get to reroll because obviously he's definitely
a magic warrior. That's where you roll a 1. No,
3. That's alright.
So I've got 4 up with his Wolf-Tail Talisman. Special issue war gear. He has lost 1 wound.
Okay.
Your next one, Doombolt.
Yeah. I think, is it 6, I think? It goes off on a 10.
I don't think I'll deny that.
So flat 3.
Flat 3. Cool. 4 more. Come on, 4s, baby. He's lost another wound, so he's down to 5 remaining. Your next one, Smite with the boys.
Yeah, needing the 7 now. Yep.
That's a Super Smite.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna take it.
For 3.
3 more. Probably at this rate, lose 1 more. Lose 1 more.
Brilliant.
He's on 4 wounds remaining. What are you doing with Ahriman, sir? Would you like
that
to
relic was really... You did have 9 damage on you then, and you managed to boss 6 of them. Let me have a little think. He needs to up his little game.
Ahriman smiting now into the Wolf Lord. So here we go.
You need an 8. Can we
roll? No.
Nope. Just shy 7. So no more smitey smite.
No.
I'm going to do Weaver of Fate onto my Zangors, giving them a 4 up. See if I actually get it off. Nope, but I get to reroll because he's Ahriman. That is an 11.
Try and deny now with his Psychic Hood. No. I think I get to reroll deny tests. I'll have to double check. But let me just quickly roll it. If not, we'll let you know. No. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm going to put 1 CP for... Put me on the spot. Can't fight me to pause it. For Warp Regeneration. Because I got an 11. I can heal some D3. For 1. 1's been a knot, I guess. So he's back up to 3 wounds.
Twists of Fate! Nope, reroll.
Yeah, that's
for a 9.
For a 10, my good sir.
Yep, right. Deny, baby! Nope. Reroll, baby! Yes! For a 11. They've got the even.
Shooting phase has started with the Rhino shooting its Inferno Bolter into the Wolf, missing 3 times and failing to wound for the 4th. Next up, it is this squad shooting into this lone wolf here. Flamer first, which is this guy here, still within 12. D6 shots for 5. Very, very good. We're on 5, correct?
Yes.
Wow, okay. For -2, flat 1.
Yeah, he's well and truly dead.
Ah.
He did.
Well, the wolf's dead. All the bolters shoot into the floor. Sad times.
Flamers, isn't it? I thought they were all flamers.
No. They just look funky. It's got little funky heads.
I thought they were all flamers.
Big gun afterwards.
So we are now shooting everything into these chaps here, starting with the bolt guns.
Hitting on 3s. Reroll that one. No, it was meant to be. Okay.
Winded on 4s.
3 at AP -2.
1 dead. Soul Reaper Cannon now. Hitting on freeze. Wounded on freeze. 6 of saves.
Yes.
Damage.
That one. So
That one. All the shots now have gone into the wolves, leaving 3 on 3 up saves and 2 on 4 up saves. So I'll start with the 2 on the 4 ups. So here we go. Boss both of them. And then these 3 on 3 ups. Oh, I failed 2 of them. So 1 is on 1 wound. And that is that. Thousand Suns charge phase now. The rubrics are going into the Wolf Lord and the Terminators into these 3. So if you'd just like to roll, doesn't matter which one.
This is for Terminators, and these are for the rubrics.
Cool. Yeah. They're all in. Cool. We'll move them in, and we'll be back in the combat. Rubric Marines now going into the Wolf Lord. You are using, what was it?
Wrath of the Wronged and Vengeance for Prospero. So
Rerolling hits, rerolling wounds, and +1 to wound. Yeah. So if you'd like to roll for us.
So this is the normal guys first. Yeah, closer. It's good to start regardless. All hit. So this is 4s now. So we'll put them ones that I've already done. So that is 6 normal armor saves, I think. I don't think they've got anything fancy.
And then here's Resolve of the Bear. He's taken 2 wounds.
Roll in that one. Nope. Strength 7, so 2s to wound. You advance.
4 up in them. Passed them both.
Cool. Then it's my Terminators because you can't interrupt.
Yep. Just let you get the dice, and we'll be back in a moment. Terminators now into the Grey Hunters. Go on then. Roll your 3s.
Freeze. Roll that one. It's got 3 6 ups.
The unit is wiped. Wolf Lord to attack now into Ahriman. I'm burning the 1 CP for the reroll hits, reroll wounds. So, all hits. 1 explode. And then...
Does you have Beastful Nature in this turn? Because it's not your turn now.
The what?
Your Beastful Nature, does it?
Yeah, it's my command phase. It rolls over to my following command phase.
Brilliant.
They all wound. It's 5 wounds. On a 4 up in them. Oh no.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4 up in them.
Even with a reroll, he
is
dead.
dead. Ahriman has been slain, but as he teleports away, he knows his brothers have won this day. Potentially. Big Nige and his retinue still got a little bit to do. Where are we at? Or is that it for combats?
Everything's done.
Everything is done.
That's my recap.
So, turn 3 recap coming up.
With Ahriman gone, that is a heavy blow for my psychic. But I scored 19 that turn. 10 for the primary. 3 for Wrath of Magnus. 3 for Warp Ritual. And 3 for Engage. Because these guys are just in. That was my intention, to swoop around and make sure I'm still in there if Ahriman does die. Solid turn for me. Clearing the middle of the board. Really pinning Jimmy down. Because if he just moves this guy, he's going to lose points. And he doesn't want that. This flank is still pretty much full strength. And if he can clear these guys off, he can still bag some quite hefty points, which he definitely needs. So it's definitely not over for Jimmy, with this Terminator blob still causing me pain. And with his Wolf Lord and 2 wounds, he's still a massive threat still. But we shall see. Space Wolves, turn 3. Coming at you.
of command phase and movement for the Space Wolves. The movement, he has moved 4 inches. These guys have moved 5 inches. That was very exciting. And he is still in combat. Shooting phase, or psychic phase, should I say. I'll have a quick look at Big Nigel's powers, and I'll come back to you in a moment. I'm doing Tempest, or think that, Wrath. Basically, I would subtract 1 from the hit rolls, or you'd subtract 1 from the hit rolls.
No, you.
On the Zangos.
You.
No, it doesn't hurt me. It's meant to be my friend. So I'm needing a 6. It goes off on a 9.
Well, I will deny, or try to at least.
No. So it's -1. And that is it for the psychic phase. Everything else deals damage. And I want that 7-inch charge.
Snipe.
God damn it. No!
Sure.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Shooting phase. We'll be back in a moment when I figure out what I do have to shoot. Bolt pistol here into the rubrics. Hits. Doesn't wound. Okay. And now flamer into these. Does it hit? Of course it hits. It hits 3 times. Does it wound? It only wounds once. Oh no, it's a heavy flamer. So it wounds twice. Unless you're toughness 5, which I don't think you are. You're not your death guard today, sir.
No.
One's been taken down at 1 wound, baby. Shame they're not damaged too. Yeah. Right, okay. So with that, what a successful shooting phase that was. We're moving straight over to the charge phase. So Wolven Dreadnought into these guys now, needing an 8. Luckily he's Wolven, and he gets to reroll. Damn you, Dreadnought! Right, moving over to these Terminators, needing a 7. I'm going to change these dice. These dice are not very good, ladies and gentlemen. Needing a 7. Burning my last CP. Yeah, there we go. 9, that's more like it. And then Big Nige. 37. He's in. Lovely jubbly. These 2 dice did it. I should have rolled these over there. Right, that is it. We'll come back in a moment. Right, so hitting on freeze on these angles. Take away these. Oh, but they do explode. So, explosion. Oh, miss with 1. That's not bad. Winning on 2s. Run away.
That's not a dice.
So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Ooh, right. I'll get my dice and see if I can survive this strike.
Needing 4s.
Pretty good. So I lost 3. 6 are deaded.
That was the average. Big Nige now hitting on 2s. Well, the explosion just does that. And then winded on 3s. 3 more. 4 ups. 2 more dead.
So that means there's 2 left in the squad.
2 left in the squad, and do you know what? That's fine, because you're going to burn 2 to keep them round, and it doesn't really matter, because I'm outnumbering you now, baby.
I think I got objective secured though.
Damn it!
I'll double check though.
Attacking now. The rubrics into my lord.
So this is the normal ones first, then stave afterwards. Hitting on 3s. That's very healthy. Winning on 5s though. Ooh. Wow. 6. Normal armor saves.
It's enough to kill him. He's dead. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Damn it! He's dead. Good night, sweet prince. So, that's it for my turn 3. I have scored 5 on the primary, 3 on Warrior Pride for the amount of units that I had in combat, and 4 for behind enemy lines because of these guys up here. I'm currently on 34 points to Kyle's 32. So, Oh yeah, Mr. Carl has just made a note that he's built. Yeah, he's built 2 CP. That makes sense. Burnt 2 CP for insane bravery. And that is it for this turn. 32 points to Kyle, 34 points to me. I think we should just call it there. Just what do you think?
No, I'm good.
This is not fair. This is outrageous. This is Warhammer. Right, on to turn 4 for the Thousand Suns.
Turn 4, and I scored the big 15. Woohoo! For the primary. In a fantastic place right now regards to board control. But it's still not over really, due to the fact of this objective down here. He's getting direct assault behind enemy lines, technically warrior pride if he gets into combat, and obviously the primary. So he can still bag quite a few points just to say he's holding that objective. The Rhino's anchored down in here. The lucky little Rhino that can. The Helldrake is just staying put. Probably making a nest or some rubbish like that. These guys have moved around in advance just to make sure that they're within distance of psychic shenanigans on the Dreadnought, and in case the Rhino gets blown by the Flamer or whatnot, I can hold this quarter for objective secured. Not objective secured, sorry, engaging all fronts. The Psychos has peeped around again to try and do some stuff to this Dreadnought. These guys anchored down, going to do Warp Ritual. And these are bombed up there with an advance to make sure they're in that table quarter. And this little Terminator is just sneaking around this corner, hoping to pop some Psychic onto these guys, aiding these last 2 goat men. Psychic, I'll have a little think and see if I can do any damage to these last 3 units. The Exalted Sorcerer is going to do Desecration of Worlds onto the Dreadnought, a Smite and Warped Reality as well. These guys down here are going to do a Smite again into the Dreadnought, flipping over here to the Terminator and underneath the arch. He's going to do a Doom Bolt and Smite into these Terminators, and that is it. Unfortunately for me, the Warp Ritual was passed but got denied by Njal. He is a real pain in the ass. So I'm still on 3 out of the 15 points for that. Hopefully maybe next turn, we shall see. So shut me down 4 points, which is a bit rubbish. I'm going to do a Psychic off camera and we'll get back with the damage, fingers crossed, very soon. And not a lot really happened. Only losing 1 wound. He bossed all his ward saves. Njal deflected all the psychic energy from this guy down here. Oh, I managed to lose 1 wound off a Terminator. Not very good for the Thousand Suns when they really needed it to crush the Space Wolves, basically. So, I'm not sure what shooting I can do, but I'll do it regardless. It's probably all the shots from these bolters into this Dreadnought, trying to take it down. Yeah, that's probably what it is. So we'll get the shots going and see again if this can lose any more wounds to the Hail of Fire.
Recap on shooting. All shot. Flamer went into here, doing 1 damage. All shots from here went into here, doing nothing. All the damage into there, doing nothing. And then his combi bolter into here, doing nothing. We are now moving over to these geezers into here. So if you'd like to take your shots, sir.
So 12 shots to start with, hitting on 3s.
5's required.
4 ups.
Yeah, 4 ups, baby. Lose another 2.
Have a 4.
Yes.
And then it's the
Soul Reaper.
Thank you. Just the 1 hit because he moved. Or do Terminators not matter?
No, I think they do because they're still infantry.
Yep, hits 4 up. Yep,
He's
cool.
boasted.
So he's on 4 wounds. I'll take that.
Any charges, sir?
No. I'm going to play smart and not charge. Terminators are going into the 2 left bray. So where are we going?
Over here. Hitting on force. At least. I don't know what that was.
Neither do I. Just roll.
I'll just roll another one. Right, so that's missed. So I'll count that as a miss. That is exploded into there. And then I miss and that miss. So this might hit. Then 2s. 4 5 up inlands.
Okie dokie. Feel like it's possibly game over for the little gut men. 4 5s, yeah?
4 5s.
Yeah. Not a bad effort, but they are slain. Short but sweet that turn. Unfortunately, Psychic was pretty naff. Could have been really the nail in the coffin. But the show must go on. This Dreadnought surviving has stopped me from getting Wrath of Magnus, most likely. So didn't score any that turn, which is a bit of a shame. Scoring 15 for the primary though, which is pretty huge, and engaging all front scoring 3, making sure this guy was down here, and obviously you know the gist of all the other quarters. Still to play for though. If Jimmy can get into the middle and hold the objectives for maybe a turn or 2, then it could possibly be a very, very close game altogether. So we will leave it there and we'll go into the Space Wolves turn 4.
My movement for turn 4. This geezer has bombed up here within 12 inches of here to try and blow up that. These guys are probably going to charge in here, and he's going to charge in there, hopefully guaranteeing me Warrior Pride for 2 units getting into assaults. Then I've got to hope that I can just kill these guys. If I can wipe them out, good stuff. That will really, really, really help, because you have objectives secure currently. That's about it. I'm going to do my Psychic phase, and we'll be back in a moment.
Shooting phase is going into the Heavy Flamer is going into the 1 wound Rhino.
Here we go. How many shots? 3. Needing 5s.
Ooh.
For 2.
Could do it.
2 minus 1. 4s. Hey! Does that explode?
Does it explode?
No.
No. Survived many, many rounds of fighting, but is dead to a flamer. Next up is the Terminators going into my Terminator Psyker, and then the Dreadnought into these Terminators. Quite crucial for Jimmy, so we'll see what we can do. Terminators first?
Terminators first, why not? They probably need about a 4. They're in.
Brilliant, and then roll
This guy here. Definitely in.
Cool. Lovely jubbly. Right, so yeah, straight into the fight phase. First up, it is the Dreadnought into the Terminators. He is burning his last CP for Emperor's Executioner, so he is re-rolling hits and wounds.
I could do with a load of explosions here. Here we go. Hit on freeze. Damn it!
Meant to be.
3s.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, I can't wipe you off right now.
Well, you can, because it might fail morale.
Oh, true. Yeah, 3 dead.
Yep. Cool. That's 3 dead and 1 remaining. Fighting under the arch, the Terminators are going into the Sorcerer.
Yeah, because only 2 can get in range, so just this many attacks. 2 explosions, and they do all hit because of I'm charged. And then wounding you on 2s. That's 2, 4, 6, 8.
Brilliant. Right, I'll go get my dice and see if I can save any of these. I will double check if it is 4s or 5s. 4s, Brit. 5s. Not so great. We're back in a second, guys.
With the sorcerer dead, we now move over to this pesky little sorcerer here. Looking to hit on 3s?
Yeah. Go away. It's 4s. Just the one.
4 up.
Yeah.
He's failed. D3.
Try again. Just for the one.
For the one. Cool. So 1 wound lost. We will quickly check now for morale because this could be very crucial.
Actually, he is leadership 9.
God damn.
Can he even fail it?
Lost 3 on a 6.
Nope.
End of my turn 4, and what a crazy turn actually that has been. It doesn't matter about the morale here because the rubrics, they ignore morale.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Yeah, so yeah, something just cropped in my head after we did that. So I scored 5 for the primary, 3 for Warrior Pride, 4 for Behind Enemy Lines, and 3 for Direct Assault because of this guy here still surviving because he failed to wound. Anyway, what can you do? What can you do? I scored 15 that turn. You're on 50.
48 you're on.
That's it. That's mental. 48. Hang on. If I was on 34 and I scored 15.
15 and 15 is 30.
Yeah.
Add 12, 42. Add 6, 48.
Oh, yeah. That's right, yeah. Oh, so I might have been on 33 last turn then. Oh, well, doesn't matter. All I know is that I'm losing by 2. And now he's about to score 15 on the primary. It's all about denying these secondaries and me scoring all my secondaries. But I don't think I will. We will find out and we'll be back in Thousand Suns turn 5.
Last turn for the Thousand Suns, bagging me 15 for the primary, which might be the nail in the coffin I keep saying, but then he keeps ruining my plans. I've stayed put in combat with the aspiring sorcerer. I have moved the exalted sorcerer up here into this table quarter, close enough to be in the middle of the board to try and do the action if it goes pear-shaped. These guys have stayed put, shuffling a little bit to get the big gun in range, all being well. The chicken has laid some eggs and has a little family because it's done nothing for 3 turns. These guys have stayed in this table quarter, trying to get as much bolt of fire into the guys over here. Potentially, if I could kill Njal, I'll have 1 unit in this table quarter, which I probably should have done earlier on rather than focusing on the Terminators. But lesson learned, because he has crept back into this game after turn 3. Psychic phase is probably going to be a very short one. It's going to possibly be a smite if he's in range of Njal. And these guys are probably going to do the psychic actions in the middle as well. I'll measure up, see if they can do it. And if not, it's pretty much what ritual time and then into the shooting phase. In the heat of the moment, I left my Psyker further back, so he's a 19-inch away from Njal. So that's a big boo-boo on my part. So what ritual went off though? I got a 12, Njal tried to deny and failed both times. So bagging me 4 points for that turn, 7 in total. The Exalted Sorcerer now, with his 3 psychic powers, he's going to do Smite, Doombolt into the Dreadnought. I burnt 1 CP to change the psychic power to Doombolt. And the final one I am going to do is Desecration of Worlds into the Terminators, just in case for the off chance they decide to do anything. Probably not, because this guy definitely won't be moving if he kills that Terminator. So we'll start off with a Smite. Goes off though. Do I deny? You got one more deny.
Yeah, good. Denied.
Cool. Doombolt. For an 11, can't deny you've done 2, aren't you?
Yeah. He's alive on 1 word. 1 word.
Annoying, but fair. And then the last one, Desecration of Worlds, goes off on an 11 again. So basically, if they move, they can potentially lose some mortal wounds. Right, so what I'm going to do is some cheeky shots from this squad of rubrics and that squad of rubrics into these guys. See if I can clink any of them off. And then that'll probably be me done for turn 5. So, into the fight phase we went, and Jimmy went first with his Dreadnought, managing to do 2 wounds. I failed 1 armor save, passing another one. I had 1 CP left, burning it and bossing it. Now it's my turn to attack, see if I can do anything to this Dreadnought. So, hitting on 3s. 4s, just the 1. It's irrelevant unless you...
Explodes.
Yeah.
No, it does not. It implodes.
Destroying that Dreadnought possibly has taken me far too far ahead, but we will add the points up and then see if Jimmy can still somehow claw it back. Back in the recap, guys. So, my final recap, I scored 22, the biggest one so far for myself. I scored 50 for the primary. Wrath of Magnus did not go off again, but I managed to score 4 for the ritual in the middle, so I get 7 in total. And engage, I got 3. This guy in this table quarter, these in this, the chicken laying its eggs, and obviously these guys down there. So, bagging me 72 points in total. Not a bad score. Jimmy is in a very, very good place still. So we will see if he can do anything, and we will get on with his turn now.
Turn 5. Because they have been devastated of the worlds, I do not want to risk moving them lovely Terminators. So I scored 5 for the primary, because technically it's the end of my turn, because I'm not doing anything. Warrior Pride, I'm not scoring this turn for the first time. So, yeah, behind enemy lines, I've maxed out now. Getting the maximum of 15, so I can only max out for 3 more points. Direct Assault, I'm still holding that one up there. So final score, ladies and gentlemen, is 72 to Kyle, 59 to me. So yeah, that's it. Game over. Game, set, and match. We'll come back in the recap. So that's it. 72 to 59. A very close game. Well, close as in I was 13 points behind. But in the grand scheme of things, that was a pretty close game.
Bonkers. It was so good. So good. Like, yeah, it was mint. It wasn't like... yeah, I just don't know. I generally really enjoyed it. I thought sort of turn 3 getting in my groove, I was like, nailed it, and then it was like, no you ain't. And Njal, I've said this off camera, but man of the match for you, 100% in my opinion. He denied certain points. The Wrath of Magnus and Warp Ritual, he just sort of seemed to really level up. Really good play on both sides, I think. Your secondaries, you like absolutely nailed them.
It's funny, after my second turn, I was like, oh, I'm probably going to concede at turn 3. I don't see me scoring any of this stuff. And then I look at my score and I've got Warrior Pride in 4 turns, scoring 12 points. I maxed out behind enemy lines, which, if you watched the Grey Knight one, which you had the Grey Knights, you only scored 2 points for that. So I managed to max that out, which is pretty good. And Direct Assault, okay, I got 12 points, which is okay. Well, to be fair, that's fine. Yeah. That's pretty reasonable. It's my primaries. That's where I got dicked on. I only scored 20 points for the primaries.
I think though, with this map layout with the kind of like your 2 quarters on the diagonals, not knocking your efforts, but it's easy to hit them sweet spots like engage for me. It's easier because you're not on one long front and you have to get up to the top. It's literally you can just go like left and right sort of thing like that, and then you've got 3 quarters and then bombing in the middle. I mean, I had the benefit of a flyer that got in your face and is anchored down. I mean,
built its nest, like I said.
Basically, it got me the points, and you couldn't get there quick enough. I really quite like the combo you did with the ignore mortal wounds. That really saved your bacon. Like, if you probably added it all up in turn 2 when it really the psychic went full force at you, you probably saved 30% of them, possibly.
Yeah, like, we're not a tactics heavy channel. Like, we probably will do more in the future, like as we expand our ranges and whatnot, and we can have different styles of games. But yeah, like, I think if I'm going to go to tournaments with Space Wolves or any Marines, and I'm not that bothered for having these Space Marine like relics or special characters, or their mini doctrine before you get the super doctrine, like I was able to get Savage Fury from the Space Wolves Codex.
Yeah.
I was getting rid of I think it's Hunters Unleashed, if I remember correctly, where everybody's basically a character in terms of heroically intervening and +1 when you're charged, being charged, or heroically intervene. I was quite happy to get rid of them for this 5-up, and I feel like maybe not necessarily Space Wolves, maybe something else, more generic Marines where you see them at tournaments now using Incursors, is that the correct one? And like the Invicta Warsuits, that's the ones. And they're bombing up in the middle ground. I feel like if they had a 5-up invuln against Mortal Wounds, because Mortal Wounds, there's loads of armies out there that can spam them. So I feel like this is one good way of counteracting that, essentially.
Well, it's like silly things like vehicles exploding.
Yeah.
It hurt me more than you, and you had more things there, or like, oh, winner, and it did that. Yeah, definitely one to think tournament-wise, because you are probably going to see, you see demons a lot, even still, because with regards to like Tunic demons, but you're going to probably see these guys, you're probably going to see Grey Knights, especially at the moment with how slow 8th goes to 9th codexes are, and obviously we know the roadmap for the rest of the year, so we know that, do you know...
Black Templars is September. No, the box set is September. The Codex for Orcs is September. October, maybe Horus Heresy? And then November is the official Black Templar release. And then December is Imperium and Xenos. But from the rumours, it's going to be Custodes and Gene Stealers. So if that's true, or Gene Stealer Cult, should I say. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of Mortal Wounds, I think. I think you will see Thousand Suns, and I do think you'll see Grey Knights now in tournament play because of the amount of, especially Grey Knights, because they'll have a strong psychic, they can have a pretty strong shooting, and they'll have a strong combat, especially with Grey Knights.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it was a very good game. It's one of the things, like, with us, we're branching out with even more armies, and, you know, it's hard to get it all right, and we appreciate the comments and stuff like that, obviously getting better and better and better at the craft. We've got to psychic, we've got a lot of our favourite armies don't really have heavy, probably my Death Guard, probably the next psychic heavy, it's not really that big, but it's there. But you know, like your wolves really, and your guard needs to some degree, I guess, but it's just not as intense as this.
Yeah.
Maybe it will do once 9th edition drops for these guys, but yeah, loved it. Possibly one of my favourite games I've done in a very long time.
And it went down to turn 5, which normally they haven't for a long time. To be
no.
Then again, the Grey Knights versus Demons did, which is the last one. But before that, I can't think of when it went down to turn 5.
No, not
Nids versus Guard, I think.
Not like this. There's been a few really close games, and I can't remember any of them. But I know there's definitely been some. But yeah, I love it when it's like this. one of the reasons why playing like tournaments is so good when you new brains in overdrive and you're working out things. But no, once again, good game.
Yeah,
Good game.
congratulations.
I know. Thousand Suns victorious again.
Yeah. 2 for 2. But with that being said, don't think there's anything else to add. No. You'll see a subscribe button down here. I forgot to do it in the opening bit. Yeah, that's a bit odd. But yeah, it's there. Please tap it 1,000 times, or tell your friends to share this with your friends. Share it on Facebook groups.
Was that a bot?
1,000 times. No, it wasn't. It really
Oh, you had an opportunity then.
I did.
1,000 suns, 1,000 times. Ah, you nuggets.
Oh well. Right, so yeah, thank you guys. Please hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share the battle report if you've enjoyed it. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye guys.
You dirty bastard. Anyway. Cut.
End of Thousand Suns turn 2. No, it wasn't Thousand Suns, it was Space Wars. God damn it!